Right. Here we go. This is the one right here. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Glad you could join us. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'll let other people in as they come. A lot of people are scheduled for the exam. There are a lot of graduations in the June, so we can expect people from all across the United States, believe it or not. So right now we're gonna go ahead and get started. Is this the question you told me? He says
Oh,
this one?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So when you're doing the pilot on the number line, you
Hmm.
start at -5 and work towards the positive number.
Correct. So it
And
doesn't
that's
matter.
how.
It doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's -5,
Mm-hmm,
and then 1, 2, 3.
mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yes,
it doesn't matter which one you start with. You just gotta get to the other number on the number line. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
that's it.
that's it.
So you only count the number line, not exactly say that it says number 3, which is right there. I don't count that at all. I'm just gonna
No,
count
no, you do count up to 3. Just when you stop at 3.
right.
Hmm. So
So
now, but there, it's not gonna be that easy though.
no.
See here, they gave you answers of -2, -8, 8, and 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have absolute value numbers. So they're going to say, so even though but what I want to do from this exercise and this problem is, do you know how to find the distance between two numbers on the number line? So we know the answer is 8. So what they're going to do is they're going to have like the absolute value of -5 plus 3, right? Which is the absolute value of -2, which is 2. They're going to have the absolute value of 5 minus 3, which is the absolute value of +2, which is 2. Then they're going to have the absolute value of -5 minus 3, which is the absolute value of
Mm-hmm.
-8, which
Mm-hmm.
is 8. So that's probably how they're going to either they're going to have something like that, or they'll have like a thermostat. What is the temperature change between -7 and +10? Just counting in between, get the one number to the other. Got me?
Right.
Okay. Hey Sharon, how you doing?
Okay. Can
Now,
you hear me?
yes, I can.
Okay. All right.
All
All right.
right. So that was the first 5. Any other questions that you have, Carlos, Sharon? Anything you've been working on?
Word problems.
Which one? Give me one. Which one you had problems
Only
with?
on my test. I did them on the test. I couldn't tell you. But
Wh-
I,
Oh, on the the math
yeah, the
course.
one, yeah, the one with all word, only, just the word problems.
Okay, let me open it up now.
Yeah,
Oh,
open them now because I missed a lot.
okay, let's see. Again, this first 5 is very important. Um, so I'm gonna log in now to the GED math course. You said the one with all word problems. It says GED word
Yeah,
problems.
yeah, I think it said all word problems. It's probably about 14 of them, I believe.
I think I know the one you're talking about. So, as Drusilla said, Mr. Tenzi, you give us so much.
I got to figure out which one you on now.
Hmm. So
Uh,
this one you probably haven't seen. This is on my free GED math course. So let me open this up now.
Hmm.
Um, Give me a couple seconds. Mm, I just finished eating. My my wife had made like home fries, but with sweet potatoes. I never had that before.
oh,
It's
that's good.
it's pretty good though.
Yeah.
I was surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
wifey looking out for you.
Yep, eating healthy.
That's right.
All right, so let me go to my practice GED. So again, let me put this on the screen.
Okay, practice GED. I got
So
that.
so again, this site is you can it has everything from start to finish that you need. The practice GED has all the practice, has the videos. But right now, what Sharon is talking about is I have a section just for practice GED questions. So we're gonna
Okay.
go down
Yeah.
to that section here. Again, this is everything: probability, area and perimeter, volume and surface area, um, mean, median, mode, and range. So each module is a different concept. So I hope people, what I tell people is once you take your practice test or you're taking a real test, then you can find out what areas that you need assistance in, and then you
Okay.
can
Hold on,
work
y'all. I
on
got
those
this.
areas.
Hold on.
Okay, so you talking about linear equation word problems, or you talking about? Let me see. Hold on. Or practice GED 5 all word problem. You're 14. That's the one you're talking about. Hey, Darlene, how you doing?
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Tinsley.
How are you? So you got the math, you got the science. What's next for you?
Uh, I'm still going to
Oh,
attend your class until I take mine,
Well, the
my
social studies
LPN
got a bunch.
course.
The science. I
I
mean, the
have to
social
take
studies.
my uh how do you call this? RLA?
RLA. Okay.
reading.
All right. So have you taken the practice test yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So listen, what I would advise you to do, if you take the practice test, I think it's like 750 or $5. You take the practice test. Once you get your score report, send it to me, and I'll help you with that too.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you. I will.
Sharon, do you know what problem or
Okay.
this is the same
I,
questions,
no,
correct?
not. Oh, was it? No. Yeah, not these two. Um, wait. This one. This one.
Shipping container.
Yeah.
Okay. So so remember when we read this
Okay.
question, we want to identify our givens. We want to identify what they want to know. So first of all, a shipping container. So when you think of a shipping container, you are thinking of a
A
rectangular prism.
rectangle. Yeah.
Correct. Perfect. So we got the rectangular
Mm-hmm.
prism that's in mind. They gave
Mm-hmm.
us the length.
Yeah.
They
The
gave
length is
us
80.
the width. And then
Mm-hmm.
this is the key part right here.
Uh-huh.
The amount of space inside is approximately 2,000 cubic feet.
2,000. Yeah.
This is the volume. Your volume is how much something holds. So they didn't say the volume is. You have to know it's two clues. First of all, the amount of space inside, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
the measurement, cubic feet. That tells you this is
Mm.
they gave you the volume. So now you go to your formula sheet, and the volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height.
Yep,
I'm now
yep,
going to
yep.
substitute. The volume is what?
The volume, whole volume
Oh,
is
let's do
20.
this. Let's do this. How
Okay.
many feet high? How can we solve for h? What can we do to solve for h?
You have to, well, you have to, wait a minute. You solve for H.
How can we get h all by itself?
You have to divide,
Divide by what?
divide by the volume.
Nope. So when you're
No,
looking
I'm
at
wrong. I'm
h,
wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
when
The
you're
length
looking
and the width.
the length and the width. So you want to divide by the length and the width. Whatever we do on one
Okay.
side,
You gotta do to the other
we
group.
do on
Right,
the other.
right,
So on
right.
the right side, our lengths cancel, our widths cancel, and we're left with
Cancel.
h is equal to the volume divided by L times W. All right. So this is where we
Mm.
grab our calculator. This the hardest part. The next part is the easy part. Because all we doing, we're gonna plug in. So right now I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna move everything out the way. I'm gonna clear it out.
Right.
And we said height is equal to the volume divided by length times width.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna grab our calculator now. Again, setting it up. That's the hard part right there. This is the easy part. Let me clear my calculator out. So in order to do division on this calculator, we should press what?
Well, you say doing the vision.
Mm-hmm.
You do the one right there.
What's it called?
Let me see. ND.
ND. So we're gonna hit ND.
Yeah.
What is our
Mm-hmm.
volume? What is our volume?
Our volume is 2,000.
2,000. Oops, not the four twos, 3,000. Then we're gonna hit our
We're
down arrow.
going,
We're gonna go into our denominator. And then
yeah,
we do
and
we
we're
need to
gonna
do
do
length
times
times
width.
width.
So
What's our
that's
length? 80.
80 times 2.5.
80 times 2.5.
Right.
Okay. We get out of our
Mhm.
fraction, we press enter. Our height is what?
Mhm.
10.
think I might have got that one right. I thought I did it. I don't know. I don't know which one. But go ahead.
Sometimes we're not 100% sure. That's all
Yeah.
right. Now, to check it, we can just plug it back in if we wanted to. So what you want to remember is if we wanted to check to
80
make sure
times.
we're right,
Yeah.
we can go 10 times 80
Times 80
times
times
2.5.
2.5.
We should get
Yeah.
2,000,
2,000.
and we did. So that's how you know
Okay.
you're right. You can always
Mm-hmm.
check your work after you're done. Okay?
Mm.
All right, let me close this. Let me minimize this. How about the wrestling? Was that good?
I think I got that one right too. But can we do it over?
You want me to check? I can check. I can check.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
check.
check.
I
You
don't
want me
know.
to check?
Check it.
All right, all right,
Yeah, I
hold
don't
on.
know. I
Hold
don't
on.
know. One of them I know I got wrong. I know. I got quite a few of them wrong, but
Well, and this is what you want to remember, and this is what I tell everybody. Okay. All of these assessments, right?
yes.
Remember, 60% will have you passing. So if you get 6 out of 10, that's good. But now you
Take
want to
it.
focus. We want to get 7, 8 because we want to
Yes.
make sure we solidify what we're gonna do. There we go, right there.
Yeah,
So
I got.
you
I
got
don't know.
almost got half. That's not bad. So you got the first one
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You
I
got
know
the
I
second
got
one
almost.
right. You got the
I know.
third one right. You started off good. Okay. Well, let's try this
Listen, the
one.
wrestling one, and I know what I did wrong, but go ahead.
Okay. So
I know
this
what
is
I
where
did
so
wrong.
now that WD is come WWE. Now you know I wrote this a while ago because
Yeah, wrestling.
yeah. Howard's building a wrestling arena in his backyard to nurture a new wrestling craze. If the diameter of a circular area is 20 feet, so diameter is 20, how many feet of fence does he
Mm-hmm.
need to make the border? So what you have to remember is, again, how much
I
fence does he need to make a border, right? Border is what? Around. So is that area or
0.8.
circumference?
Circumference.
Around the
Circumference.
circumference.
So
Mm-hmm.
C equal D times pi.
Mm-hmm.
So we know our diameter. Our diameter is what?
Our diameter is
20.
20.
20. And we know what pi is.
Mm-hmm.
3.14, yeah.
3.14. So right away,
Mm-hmm.
you know 20 times 3 is 60.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the multiple choices. Only one answer near 60.
And I
You
said
know,
it was, I know it's 62.8, and I got it wrong. I'm like, I can kick myself. What?
now again, you also could grab your calculator just if you want to be sure, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Mm-hmm.
also should be able to look and know what the answer is. So it was 20
I did.
times
I did.
3.14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who just climbed in? Hey, Richard,
I
how you
know what I
doing?
did wrong. I know it.
Okay.
I know what I did
Okay, you
wrong.
got how you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm sorry.
Doing
You
pretty
know,
well.
I'm sitting there on Khan Academy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I almost forgot.
I know what I did wrong on here too, but go ahead.
Okay. You want to go over this? Okay. So let me try to make this a
Yeah,
little bit smaller
let's
so we
go
can
over it.
see it. Okay. So Andrew is looking to sell his house. Now, this actually came from um a practice high set exam. Okay.
Oh.
Andrew is looking to sell his house and is asking $20 per square foot.
Mm-hmm.
His house is 2,200 square feet. His agent is going to charge 20% of the selling price. Which of the following equations represents how much money Andrew will make if he sells his house for the asking price? So they're giving you the variables and what they stand for. X is the amount Andrew will make after paying his agent. Y, the amount Andrew will make before he pays his agent. Right? So
Yep.
now they want to know how much he will make after he sells his house. Well, we know what variable that is. X.
X.
So
Mm-hmm.
X equal what? Okay, so the price he's selling the house for, the amount Andrew will
Is
make before he pays his agent is Y,
yeah.
right? Because it
X.
tells you what it stands for. And how do we find
Mm-hmm.
20% of any number? We multiply it by
5.
0.20. So 0.2
Yep.
times Y. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, just say if you put numbers in there,
It's the last
right?
one.
So say you say
Mhm.
10, whatever, $20,000. So again, 20,000, right? Minus
Mhm.
0.2 times 20,000,
Mhm.
right? So that's 20,000
Mhm.
minus 2 times 2 is 4. And we want 10,
Mhm.
well, 10% is 2,000. So we got 3 zeros. That makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Put numbers in to see
Yeah.
if it makes sense. A lot of times people have problem with algebra. Just plug something in that makes sense and then see if it comes out and makes sense, right? All right. How about this one?
Mhm.
Which area is bigger?
I did this over too. I know it's wrong.
Okay. Now listen, this problem actually came from a task high school equivalency. So there's 3 exams that you can take across America for high school equivalency. There's GED, there's HiSET, and there's task. Because I'm helping people across the whole United
Oh.
States, right? I take questions from all the exams. This actually came from a practice exam or similar to a question I seen on a task exam. So again, a circle with a diameter of 10
Mhm.
or a triangle with the area of 100 square feet, right? So they're telling you that the triangle has an area of 100 square feet. So there's nothing for you to do. You got to find the area of the circle.
Of the circle.
So
Mm.
how do you find the area of a circle? Do you know the formula? What's the area?
Five. Okay.
Does anybody
Okay.
know the area of a circle?
It's
If
four.
you have your formula sheet out, pull out your formula sheet and tell me the area
It's
of a circle. What's the
it's
formula?
pi
Pi r
radius to
square.
the
Pi
Pi r
radius
square.
to the second power, right?
Mhm.
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 They gave us the diameter. This formula does
Mhm.
not have diameter in it. It has
It's
what?
the same.
the radius.
The radius. So if the
Radius.
diameter is
Yeah.
10, what's the radius?
5.
5.
5. So we just plug it in.
Yeah, I
Once we got
know.
all our information, we just plug it in. Pi r squared. What's pi?
3.14.
Our radius is what?
5
And we
square.
need to square that. So
5.
now
Mhm.
the area of a circle is 78.5. But they're asking
Mhm.
which one is greater, an area
The
of
triangle.
78.5 or 100? A triangle.
A triangle.
There we go. So again, sometimes these questions, right, might be asked in a different way, but they all the same thing. Identify your
Yeah.
givens, identify the formula you need, plug in, what's the question? Okay? So the fence. Listen, so this is a question on the GED, HiSET, and task.
Okay.
All 3, they will have a question like this. The fence enclosing a square patio is 60 feet. What is the area of the patio in square feet? So the key is identifying your givens, right? A fence enclosing a what?
Square.
Square.
Where
60
Square.
square.
What do we know about a square?
All the sides are equal.
All the
So the sides are equal. Yeah.
sides are equal. So we know
60
it
times
has
60.
60. We're going to divide that by what?
By two.
We're going to,
Or by
not by
four.
2. How many sides are on a
5.
square?
Four.
4.
4.
4. So we know each side is 15.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if we need to find the area is length times width.
Time with 15 times 15 is
15 times
225.
15, 225.
That's it all day. I told you I could kick myself.
So what's important, and I can't say it enough, is you identify what you know. What are they giving you? The point is, if you don't recognize that you have a square, you can't get the length and the width out of here.
Mm-mm.
If they don't tell you that's a square, you don't know all sides are equal. Okay, so that's the important part. Identifying this as a square. Okay, we're not even gonna do that one. That's 1 out of 3. One day out of 365. Wait, that's
What did I get wrong here? What did I do wrong? I
okay.
did something wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not a GED type question. GED really doesn't ask you about complementary angles. But what I can tell you is a complementary angle. You should know what a complementary angles are. But if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Complementary angles are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So two angles that add up to 90 degrees. They tell you the ratio is 2 to 6. They're telling you the ratio is 2 to 6. So that means 2 parts and 6 parts, correct?
Okay.
So now, if we reduce this ratio, we can get 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 parts altogether. So 1 part and 3 parts is 4 parts, right?
Yeah.
What's 90 divided by 4? So we added this 1 and this 3. Got me? Because there's 4 parts, 1 and 3. So we got 4 parts. So we take that 90 degrees, divide that by 4. And what's 90 divided by 4? Anybody know?
22.5.
22.5. So this angle, so the first angle will be 22.5. The second angle will be 66 and 1.5. The second angle will be 67.5. Okay, again, identifying your givens. Complementary angles are two angles that make 90. You have your ratio, you have 4 parts, so we divide them by 4. So who just chimed in? Whose iPhone that just chimed in?
Oh, I got quite a few wrong. This is explaining how to do it.
Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna worry about that one. That's I don't feel like wasting all that time.
They was about that. I was worried about that one.
Okay. So again, this one is giving you a lot of information. Again, I'm gonna read the question first. I need to find the mean
Oh yeah, I know what
and
I
I need
did
to
wrong.
find the median. What's the difference between mean and median?
Median? Mean is the average. Median is the middle number.
Okay. So mean is the average
What's the middle?
and median is the middle.
I did that wrong.
Now we can do this by hand. I'm not so let me ask you a question. If I'm going to find the average by hand, what would I do to all those numbers first?
You have to put them in order.
Nope. If I'm trying to find the average, what do I need to do to those numbers first?
Add them all up.
Add them all up. Once
Yes,
you add them all up, we divide them by how many?
How many it is?
And how many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so we know how to do the mean. You add them up and divide by how many there are. How do you find the median?
The median, you put them in order.
You put them in order and then you find the middle, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What I'm suggesting to you is, if you get a question like this, I'm not doing that by hand.
You'll put in the calculator.
I'm going to put in the calculator.
Okay.
I'm not wasting my time doing that problem because now, can I do it? Yes, I can. Can I do this problem? Yes, I can. Because you just told me, each of you just told me how to find the average. Add them up, divide by how many more. To find the median, put them in order, find the middle, right? Watch this. Data. I see something in my column, so I'm going to hit data again, and I'm going to hit clear all. And then in my first column, I'm going to type these times in. 56.1, enter. 57.8, enter. 59.3, enter. 60.3, enter. 57.4, enter. We didn't do nothing. We didn't do anything. All we did was type the numbers in. Watch this. Second, data. Now here, 1 variable, 2 variables. We only got 1 variable. We're only using 1 column. Enter, calculate. We're doing nothing. The average is X bar right there. Matter of fact, let me change my color to red.
Wow.
Look at that. We did no work. And
And
what
you
I'm
gotta go
telling you
down.
is mean and median are on your math, are on your science, or on your social studies.
Mm.
You have to know mean and median and range. They are
Yeah.
on your math, your science, and your social studies. But guess what? It did it for us. So our mean was 58.18. But guess what? It'll also find a median for you. Just keep
Yeah.
scrolling down. MED.
MED is 57.8.
7.8.
I ain't even used my calculator, so I know I messed
Didn't
up.
do any work.
Nope.
Now, again, let me clear the screen. Let me save it.
I
Let me
don't even
clear the
know.
screen. Let me put the calculator on full screen so you know how to do it. If I'm telling you a question is on all three of your exams and you can quickly use in the calculator, this is a section that you want to make sure you know how to do. But again, I'm here to show you how to do it both ways. So to find a median, we're going to put them in order. The lowest one is 56.1. If you notice, I am crossing them out as I go. 57.4, because I don't want to miss any problem.
Yeah.
57.8, 59.3, 60.3. So I'm gonna count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's even.
I'm
I mean,
missing
it's
by
odd.
one number.
If you got an odd amount, it's very easy.
Yes, the middle one.
Front, back, front, back. Median,
Yeah.
57.8. Got me?
Mhm.
Okay.
But
No.
that's not what it asks, right?
But they're probably going to give you one with an even amount. But if they do give you one with
Yeah.
an odd amount, laugh all the way to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
If you read that question and say, what is the median? Make sure you read carefully. Look at that table. Oh, they give you odd amount. First thing you're going to do for the median is make sure they're in order. Okay. So that was the practice test that you took. What I want you to do is go back through it. Now,
I'm gonna go back on.
I don't want you to think, oh, that answer was 10. Oh, I'm just going to put no. Work out each problem as you're doing it for the first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Tinsley,
Yes.
can I please get you to show me a graph, right,
Mm-hmm.
with a linear equation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because I swear, for some reason, I think I know it, and then for some reason I'm getting it wrong.
Okay. We're gonna go linear equations. So again, this is my math course. Um, let me go down to I got a whole section on linear equations. Like literally, like I have a section for everything, but I have one
Yes, you
specifically
do.
for linear equations. Why?
I'm gonna go on them too.
Is because linear equations is 7 to 10 questions on your exam. It's about a quarter of your exam. If you're gonna focus on any area, that's
Them
one right
equations.
there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me go down to linear equations. Now, again, if you're in this math course and you find errors, send me a text, send me an email. This is a work in progress.
Okay.
So it's a work in progress. So if you find mistakes, let me know. All right, where are you? Okay. So let's do equation of a line. Let's do write an equation given 2 points. Graph. I wanna graph. You want a graph, right? Or you want the equation of a line?
Like 2x minus or plus 7x, and they wanted you to put it on the line, on a graph.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
So that's what you were talking about um is a standard form. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go here. And my computer is acting a fool. I need to get rid of these videos. I got like 700 videos. And my weekend gets here and I just lose all my mind because I want to go out. I want to relax. All right, so remember, so this is one of the resources that I use. This is CK12. I use Khan Academy and I use CK12. So either of those resources are very good, will help you with practice. So let's look at it right now. Let's look at some examples. So the difference is AX plus BY equals C. So this is the type of question you can expect to see. Sometimes they say, what is the correct graph for Y equal 2X plus 3? That's slope intercept. This is a little different. This is asking what is the correct graph, select graph for a linear equation that's in standard form.
Yes.
So the important part is you got to identify that's in standard form. Can anybody tell me what standard form is?
AX plus BY equals C.
AX plus BY equals C. My A is what?
Your A
Yeah.
is X.
X.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
No.
You should always have a number.
1. Sorry.
1.
You forget.
So if you don't see a number in front of a variable,
1.
coefficient is 1.
1, yeah.
Mm-mm.
My B is what?
2,
2. My C is what?
3.
Right.
3. What is the easy way I told you to find the slope from standard form? Can anybody remember the easy way I told you?
Got A.
Rise and run.
No. M
Rise over
Was
run.
negative
negative
over
A over B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, first you
Negative.
identify if it's slope intercept form or standard form. AX plus BY equals C. If it's standard form, you got to notice this is a shortcut. I'm giving you a shortcut. The opposite of A over B.
Negative 1 over
So,
2.
So A is 1. What's the opposite of 1?
negative 1.
Negative 1. B is what?
2. Negative 1 over
2.
2.
So the slope of this line is what?
Negative 1/2.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can D
So
be a
X is
graph of that equation?
okay.
Why or why not?
Well, no, because it's going up.
It's going up. So if it's going up, the slope is
It's
what?
positive.
Positive.
So it cannot be D because D has a positive slope. We already know our slope is negative because the slope says negative 1/2. So it cannot be D. Can it be C?
Nope.
No, for the
I can't see
same
C.
reason. We go
It's
to
going
B.
up.
Now, can that be? Well, we can't. It's hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
So now, what we have to do
That ain't
is
it.
find points on this graph that correspond to whole numbers. Okay, so if we look at this one right here, that corresponds to a whole number. That corresponds to a whole number.
-1.
And what I mean by whole numbers is whole numbers on X and Y. For example, if I pick this point here, this is a point on this line, right? But I can't tell what Y is. I can't tell what X is. Is this 3.5? Is it 3.6? Is this negative 1.8? I don't know. So I'm going to come down this line here until I get a whole number for my X and my Y. Understand that?
Okay.
And I'm going to do that for both points. Now, how do I find the slope of a graph? I think I heard Drusilla say rise,
Overrun.
Overrun,
run.
yeah.
So if I start here and how many do I need to go down?
1.
1. Since I'm going down, is that positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Now I got to go over 1, 2.
1, 2. Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, It has a slope of -1/2. Correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Now, this is the problem. Watch this. I'm going to show you something. This is important. This point and this point. Down 1,
Over 2.
over 2. So this also has a slope of -1/2. They're not going to be this hard in the GD. Don't worry. You'll be able to eliminate 3 of them real quickly. But we couldn't eliminate either one of them because both of them have a slope of -1/2. Understand that?
Yes.
So now we have to find, I'm going to change my color back to blue. We have to find the y-intercept. So B is equal to C over B. C is what?
3.
C is 3.
3. B is what?
Over 2.
2.
2. 3.5. If we change that to a decimal, is what?
Else would be
If you don't know, put in your calculator. Tell me what 3/2 is as a decimal.
1.5.
1.5. So that means my y-intercept, my line is crossing at 1.5. Where's my line crossing right there?
Yeah, that's it.
This is it? That's
No,
1.5?
no.
The line
That's
at
crossing at 2.5.
That's not it. That's not it.
So
You gotta go somewhere else.
A is it right there because it's crossing at 1.5.
Yeah, that ain't there. We gotta go to another one.
So what you would do is pick your A and you would check it. Good. So let's try the next one.
Yeah, because yeah.
Okay. So again, why did I select this assessment? It's because why? I've seen this question on the GED. They give you an equation of a line and you have to pick the graph.
Right.
So again, is this standard form or slope intercept form?
Slope intercept.
Standard. No, standard.
and the phone.
Standard form. Slope intercept is y equal mx plus b. So an
Okay.
example of that will be y equal 2x plus 3. An example of that will be y equal 1/2 x minus 3. An example of that will be y equal 3/4 x plus 10. An example of that will be y equal. If you don't see y equal, it's not slope intercept form.
Okay.
Got me?
Got you.
Okay. Let me clear it out. So this is standard form. What is standard form?
AX plus BY equals C.
Identify the type of equation first. Is it slope intercept form? Is it standard form?
Okay.
Once we identify this as standard form, A is what?
3.
A is 3.
A is 3. B is what?
B is 4.
B is 4. C is what?
12.
12. So now, from now on, what we're going to do is we're going to do the slope and the y-intercept before we even start eliminating some. So what's the easy way I told you to find a slope if you're given a linear equation in standard form?
M equals negative
equals negative
A over B.
A over B.
Every time you do a question like this, until you got this down, I want you doing the same thing. This linear equation is standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. A is 3, b is 4, c is -12. To find the slope, I take the opposite of a over b, or negative a over b. If a is 3, what's negative a?
Negative A is -3.
-3. B is what?
B is 4.
B is 4. The slope of this line is what?
Is -3 over 4.
-3 over 4. To find the y-intercept is c over b. What's my c?
Your C is 12.
What's my b?
4.
Your B is 4.
12 divided by 4 is what?
3.
3. So now I know the slope that I'm looking for is negative. I know my y-intercept is +3. So let me ask you this first. Which ones can I get rid of? Can I get rid of D yet? And tell me why I can get rid of D.
Because it is go well. Because it's not even on the right point.
Yeah, the y-intercept is negative. And it's,
Exactly.
negative
So
two.
right
That
here,
too.
my y-intercept is -3. So it cannot be D.
it cannot be
No.
Perfect. I got rid of D
Yes.
just by not understanding them two things. Okay, I'm gonna
Yes.
come to C. Can I get rid of C? Tell me why.
That's going up.
It's going
I
up.
can't.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
perfect. It's going up. From
yeah,
left
it's
to right,
going
it's
up.
going up. So that means that slope is positive. So I can eliminate C
Yep.
because I know my slope is negative and I know my y-intercept is 3. So it can't be C. Perfect. Let me undo that. We go to B. Can we get rid of B?
That's going up too.
That's
Yeah.
going up too. So that's a positive slope. So it can be B.
Yep.
I already know it's
Now, so now we know the answer is what?
A.
Hey.
A.
A. The reason why I started with D, because I already knew what the answer was. I already looked at this and said, oh, my y-intercept
I
is
did
3,
too.
right? I know I'm got a negative slope, right? I already knew it was. But again, I wanted to show you the other graphs. So when you get to your test, you're eliminating options quickly just by knowing those two things. By knowing the slope, knowing the y-intercept.
I think I was
Mr.
second.
Tenzin.
Now, let me say one more thing. Hold on. Let me clear my screen.
Mr.
Now,
Tenzin.
hold on for 1 second. Look at when you look at that. It gives you a whole different way to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Is the
got
slope positive or negative? What's the y-intercept? Start eliminating.
you. Mm-hmm.
Is it positive or negative? A, B, or C? What's the slope?
Wait,
What's the y-intercept? Start eliminating.
where are you?
Yeah, that's
Say that
easier.
again.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
negative.
trying to.
So
That's what
I'm sorry. Hold on. Richard, what did you say?
No, I was just looking at. I'm trying to find out what I was looking at. Go ahead.
You don't know what you're looking at? Don't
I
worry
see
about
it
this.
now.
What I'm saying is, this is how you supposed to solve this algebraic. That's a whole lot of work.
Okay.
I'm giving you a way. You don't have to do all that work. So
Yes.
what
Yeah.
you should be doing now, remember I told you math is about patterns, correct?
Right.
What you should be doing right now is thinking, hold on, if I get standard form, I'm taking the opposite of A over B. So I'm saying M equal opposite of A minus 3 over 4. You should get to the point where you don't have to identify A, B, and C. You should know, oh, the opposite of A is 3. So minus 3 over B is 4. -3/4. I'm done. What's my y-intercept? C over B, 12 over 4. That's 3.
It's 3.
That's how fast you should be doing them. But to get to that point, you got to work step by step. So the first point, identify your equation as slope-intercept form or standard form. If it's slope-intercept form, M is what's in front of your X. It's your slope. Your B is your y-intercept. If you're given a standard form, identify your A, identify your B, identify your C. Slope is the opposite of A over B. Now, let me prove, this is what they want you to do. They want you to say, okay, minus 3x, minus 3x. I'm gonna have to go over here. So I get 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 12. Y is not by itself. To get y by itself, I need to divide by 4. Since I have unlike terms, I need to divide each term by 4. The 4's cancel. Y equal -3/4 x plus 3. Did we still get the same answer? Slope is -3/4 because now it's in slope-intercept form. My y-intercept is 3. I still got the same answer. But first, you must identify this as standard form. And then that tells you what steps you need to take to get that slope and y-intercept. Got me?
Okay. But Mr. Tenzin, when you say you look at this problem, right? What is the correct graph of the function? You always like I get kind of I ain't gonna say confused. You saying -3. Why do you say -3?
No, I didn't say the slope was -3. I did not say that. What I said was, all right, let's walk through this again.
Yeah.
Is this slope intercept form or standard form?
Intercept.
That's where you're making your first mistake at. So what I need you to say every single time you see a linear equation, right? For example, let me give you an example. Y equal -3/4 x plus 3. This is slope intercept form. It has to start with y equals.
Slope. That's it.
Slope, no, not slope. Slope intercept form.
Slope intercept form.
Must start with y. Pause. It must start with y equal.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
So
where you get -3/4?
listen. Listen. Watch this. If you understand what slope intercept form is, you got to know it. So you keep saying it till you know it. Slope intercept form is y equal mx plus b. The second part you're going to say, m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. You say that in your sleep. I want you to wake up eating breakfast saying it. Y equal mx plus b. M is my slope, b is my y-intercept. So now, watch this. I'm going to show you something. This is how easy it is. This equation starts with y equal. So now my m is whatever in front of my x. Right. So my slope of this equation is -3/4. If it's in slope intercept form, whatever's in front of your x is your slope. My y-intercept. Look at that. That easy. You should be able to look at that equation and know. Standard form is a little different. Standard form looks like this. AX plus BY equals C. They're not the same thing. These equations do not look the same, but they're the same equation. Understood. Just like if you have $1, somebody could give it to you a dollar bill. They could give you 4 quarters. They could give you 2 50-cent pieces. They can give you 10 dimes. This linear equation is the same linear equation shown in different ways. One is shown in slope intercept form. The other is shown as standard form. Okay. So the first thing you got to identify when you do a assessment is it slope intercept form? Is it standard form? The next thing you're going to do is write down what slope intercept form if it's a slope intercept form. The next thing you're going to do if it's standard form, write down. So this is what I want you to do when you do the question. If you're doing this problem. Okay. This is standard form. Write standard form. What is standard form? AX plus BY equals C. Now you can see what A is right in front of you. A is 3. B is 4. C is 12. Oh, right. Mr. Tinsley showed me an easy way to find the slope from standard form. Say it, hear it, write it, see it. Slope is the opposite of A over B. A is 3. The opposite of 3 is -3. B is 4. My slope of this line is -3/4. Define the y-intercept from standard form. B equal C over B. C is 12. B is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. My y-intercept is 3. So if I wanted to rewrite this equation in slope-intercept form, and I know my slope is -3/4, I know my y-intercept is 3, I would write y equals -3/4 x plus 3. Got me? Got you. And you do it till you got it. I don't care if you do the same quiz 5,000 times. But you're going to see a problem like this.
How do I put that on the graph?
No, we're not worrying about it if it's on the graph right now. We're worrying about what graph represents this equation. Okay. So what we said was, remember, our slope was -3/4. Right. Our y-intercept was 3. Yes. So if we know our slope is negative, we know from left to right it is going down.
Down, yes.
Okay. We also know that the y-intercept crosses at +3. So right away, when I look at this last option here, this y-intercept is -3. It can't be D.
It can't be D.
It cannot be
Going
D.
down, right?
And no, not as it's going down. You can't eliminate it because it's going down.
Okay.
Our slope is negative.
Okay, it's in the negative. Okay.
So our slope, so it doesn't matter where the line is. From left to right, what direction is it going? So on the left side, start with my leftmost points. What direction is it going? Is it going up or down? Since this is going down, this is negative slope. So I can't eliminate it because this has a negative slope. But I can eliminate it because I know my y-intercept is +3. What does my y-intercept mean? Where the line crosses the y-axis. This is crossing the y-axis at -3. It can't be D. Got me?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to C, now this is something you should be able to visualize. I don't have to write. Once you know this, you won't have to write it down. You'll look at it and say, oh, it can't be D because my y-intercept is -3. And then you're going to scroll up to C. And you're going to say, it cannot be C because my y-intercept is -3. Again, even it's a positive slope. So you can eliminate it for 2 reasons. My slope is positive and my y-intercept is -3. It can't be C. I go to B. How can I eliminate B? B is a positive slope. Our slope is negative. It can't be B. My answer is A. Got me?
Yes, I understand.
And that just takes with practice. So after this tonight, you'll go through it. You go in Khan Academy, you go in CK12, you practice till you got it. And you walk through the same steps until you got it. Got me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But I get confused on the slopes also.
Right. So you walk yourself through the same steps every single time. So let's try one more real quick. We ain't gonna do that one. No, we're not doing that one. We are not going to do that. So what happened was I'm probably in mastery. So in CK12, they continue to give it harder and all right. Let me just get some wrong real quick. See how I say skill level mastery? So this is one thing I like about CK12 because as you get them correct, the difficulty increases. So it tests your conceptual understanding of a problem. And you might be asking, well, Mr. Tenzi, why do you keep skipping this? Because you're not going to see this in your GD. So I'm not going to waste my time on a problem you won't see.
Yes, please don't.
But I mean, I
can practice it. But
I could show you how to do it, but I'm not going to do it.
I know you know how to do it.
I'm trying to get them wrong on purpose.
Oh.
Oh. See, I'm just in my head. I'm just.
Oh.
Bye, Mr. Tenzi.
Okay.
My phone is dying.
Okay, no problem.
All right. See you next week.
Mr. Tensley.
Yes.
Can I ask you to graph 3x plus 2y equals 12?
Okay, hold on. Let me go to a blank page. Go to a blank page. What would you say?
3x plus 2y equals 12. Now I did that and I still didn't get it right.
Well, don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. Is this slope intercept form or standard form?
Standard.
Standard. A is what?
3.
3. B is what?
2.
2. C is what?
12.
To find the slope, what shortcut did I give you?
Equals A negative over B.
Negative A over B. So if A is 3, what's negative A?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. B is what?
2.
2. So my slope of this line is what?
Negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2. My y-intercept is C over B. What's C?
12.
12. B is what?
2.
2. 12 over 2 reduces to what?
6.
6. Okay.
That's
So
real.
I know my y-intercept is 6. So what does the y-intercept tell you?
It's up there. Positive.
No, I need you to tell me. I don't know. Tell me what the y-intercept means.
It mean it crosses the y-axis.
It crosses through the line that
At what point?
2.
No. At what point? What is it across the y-axis? At what?
6.
6.
6.
Yes, we started.
6. This would tell you this lowercase b, whenever we solve it, this is the y-intercept is 6. So you go to that. That's your first point that you always graph. My first point is my y-intercept. So it's plus 6 on the directly on the y-axis. You understand that?
Okay.
Okay. My second point, I'm going to use my slope.
Rise over run.
My rise is what?
-3.
That means I'm going to go down 3. 1,
Yes.
2,
2,
3. And then my run is what?
2.
You're gonna
I'm going to go over 2. 1, 2.
2.
I connect them. That's how you graph.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, you have to practice it. So,
You got to practice.
yeah.
Got to practice.
4.
Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can do one. Let me see if I can find one. I got a whole practice sheet. It's ALG one, I think. Let me see.
Wow.
Let me see. ALG search. Hopefully I can. Oh,
Okay.
I got a review sheet I can use. Let me see if I can find this search.
Well, learning this was fun.
If I'm not, I'll open up the review sheet. I know where that's at. But the review sheet had like slopes of like 1 and -1. I hate those. All right, they didn't find anything. Okay. See that.
And that's the same as slope on the line?
Yeah, I'm great. Find one now. Let me search real quick. I'm gonna pause it for a second and I'm gonna go find a sheet. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this review sheet. I know this on there. So if you want to graph something, right? If you're given an equation, how to graph something. If you're given an equation, how to pick the graph, but you want to know how to graph, correct? Watch this.
Yes.
Okay. You won't have to graph on the test, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. So first of all, is 17 slope intercept, or let me make this really big. Let me make it really big so we can just see one problem at a time. Not that big. Hold on. But I'm not that small either. So let me go to 210. Let me see 210. Let me go to 225. Okay. Perfect. Okay, for 17, is this slope intercept?
Yes.
Or standard form?
Slope intercept.
Slope intercept form. What is slope intercept form?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. What's my slope of this line?
4.
The slope of the line is 4/5.
4/5. What's my y-intercept?
2.
2.
Okay. What's the first point that I'm going to put on this graph?
2.
2.
2 on the what?
On the positive.
On the y-axis.
2 on the y-axis. Now, to get to my second point, my slope is 4/5, which is rise over run. From this first point, what direction am I going?
Up.
Up.
Up. How many?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not my point. I'm not done. I got to use my slope. I got to use my rise and my run. So I'm not just going up 4 and stopping. Now, my run is what?
5.
5. What direction am I going? Left or right?
Right.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got my second point. How many points do I need to draw a line?
2.
Do I have 2?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. That's how you graph.
Now,
But you have to know the slope and you have to know the slope and the y-intercept.
yes.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
how do I keep in touch with which way to go from right to left? Because if you're saying
No, you connecting the dots. There's only one way you can go if you connect the dots. You can't go down if you're trying to connect the dots, can you?
no, but I mean as far as going to the left side of the graph.
That doesn't matter.
That's your
Okay.
That doesn't matter at all. You can be on the left side, right? A line goes on forever.
Okay.
That's what you're getting confused about. You think
Yes.
because it's negative, it's on the left side and the right side. No, it could be
All right.
anywhere. How you know it's
Okay.
negative if it's going down from left to right?
And I gotta just remember, man. Wow.
Not just remember. You have to
I know
say
it.
it, do it,
Right.
write it every single
I
time.
know it.
Okay.
So now, watch this. 25.
So,
Is this standard
Standard.
form or slope interval? Standard. See what?
Standard.
Do you
Yep.
understand? You understand what the point I'm trying to make to you now? It's repetition. You're doing the same thing, but you got to identify what type of linear equation is. What is standard form?
AF
AX plus BY equals C.
equals C.
So you should be able to, when you know this down, you should be able to look at this and say that my slope is -3/4.
Mhm.
But my A is what?
Your A is 3.
My B is what?
4.
4.
4.
My C is what?
Negative 12.
12.
-12.
Oh,
So
negative.
the easy way that I told you to find the slope is to do what?
I mean,
A over B.
Not A over B.
Negative
Negative A
A.
over,
over B.
okay? If A is 3, what's negative A?
Negative
A is
3.
3.
-3. My B is what?
4.
4.
4.
4. My slope of this line is what?
Negative 3 over
3/4.
4.
-3/4. My y-intercept is C over B. My C is what?
12 over
12.
C is
4.
My C is
12.
what?
-12.
Negative 12.
Negative 12.
Negative
My B
12.
is what?
4.
4. -12 over 4 reduces
It's
to what?
negative 3.
-3. So I know my y-intercept is -3. What's the first point I'm going to graph?
Negative
Negative 3.
3.
-3 on the what?
On the y-axis.
On the
On the
y-axis.
y-axis. It's not just
That's it.
-3. It's -3 on the
On the
y-axis.
Y-axis.
Because that's what the definition of the y-intercept is.
Y.
Where
Y-axis.
crosses the y-axis.
Yes.
Now,
Y.
my slope
Axis.
is -3 over 4. So that's my rise over my run. Which direction am I going to go from this first point?
Down.
Over.
Down. How many?
3.
4.
3.
3. Look
Three.
at what it's saying. No, we're not guessing. Look at what's written
It's
down.
negative
My
3.
-3. I wrote down rise over run. My
Over
rise
run.
is -3. Rise tells me I'm either going up or down. If my rise is positive, I'm going up. If my rise is negative, I'm going down. So
Yeah.
it's -3. Which direction am I going?
Down.
Down.
Down. How many?
3.
3.
1, 2, 3. My rise is +4. What direction am I going?
Right.
To
Right.
the right.
To the right.
4.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
I got my 2
Going out.
points. I now
Mhm.
take them, my line, and I connect them. That's a terrible job connecting them, but you get the point.
I get the point.
There we go. That's it. It's the
That's
same
it.
process. It don't matter if you got slope intercept. It don't matter if you got a standard form. You got to identify your slope. What I would tell you, identify if it's positive or negative.
Mhm.
Identify your slope. Identify your y-intercept. Same process. They just look different ways. Got me?
Thank you.
I'm
Oh,
getting
you're
it.
so welcome. Perfect, perfect, bro. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
getting
loving
it.
it
That's what I
too.
like to hear. I'm getting it. That's what I like to hear. Now, if you notice, all these, matter of fact, all of these are related.
Yes.
All of these are related. All these concepts are related.
Those
So,
2 points.
watch what now. Right now, they're asking for the slope. I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm also going to ask for the equation of the line. Now, is this slope positive or negative?
It's negative.
Negative.
Negative. What is my y-intercept?
Negative 1.
-1. So I got 1 point on my graph.
Yes.
I'm going to go down this line until I get to a whole number on my x and my y. Right there, that's not a
Right
whole
there.
number on my x and the y. I can't do that one. I can't go here. That is not a whole number for my
No.
x and my y.
You gotta go
I
all the way
You
cannot
have
down.
go
to go
here.
to the 4.
You got to go all the way down here to this one right
You
here.
gotta go to the bottom, yeah.
Now, this is
Yeah,
my
5.
this is my y-intercept. So my
Mhm.
slope is rise over run. Everything
Mhm.
has to do with that first point, that y-intercept. To get to my second point, what direction am I going?
You're going down.
I'm going down. Count with me.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Because it's 4, is it positive or negative?
It's negative.
Negative.
So my rise is negative. my rise is -4. Am I done?
Nope.
No.
No.
No. I now have to go over. Count with me.
1,
1,
2,
Two,
3,
3,
4,
4, 5.
My run is what?
5.
5.
My
5.
slope of this line is what?
-4 over
-4 over
5.
5.
-4 over 5. My y-intercept is what?
-1. -1.
-1. What's my equation of the line?
-4/5
Oh,
-1.
My
Oh,
y-intercept
y
must
equals,
Y
y equal what?
-4x minus 1.
-4/5 x minus 1.
1.
Yes, yes, yes.
All these concepts are related. So you got to say it, you got to hear it, you got to write it, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Got me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, you going to learn today.
I did. You gave me a whole refresher course.
Listen. But what I can tell you is they're going to give you an equation. You got to identify the graph. The first thing, is it positive or negative? What's my y-intercept? That's going to probably eliminate 2 or 3 right away.
There you go from there.
All right, let's try one more real quick.
Okay.
Wow, that's
That's a negative too.
okay. All right. Yeah, let me find one that's positive. Let me find one that's positive.
Okay.
They don't even have one. Oh, yes, they do. Right there. That's positive. Right there.
That's going up.
Now, again, I'm asking 2 things. I'm just asking. So understand, they could ask you what the slope of this line is. They can ask you for the equation line of this graph. So why not do everything at once? So if they ask you for the slope or if they ask you for the equation line, you know how to do it. So equation. Oops, I can't even spell. I don't know kind of
UATON.
Now, we walking through the same steps. Is this slope positive or negative?
Positive.
It's positive.
What's my y-intercept?
-3.
-3. So I'm gonna use that as one of my. Oops, let me change this to red. I'm gonna use this as one of my. Let me change this to red. Why is it not changing in red? I'm gonna use this as one of my points. Well, the other 2 points are already on the graph. So rise over run. Remember, I told you if you see a graph to find the slope, we want rise over run. So from this point, which direction do I need to go to get to that second point?
Up.
Count with me.
1,
2.
Is my rise positive or -2?
Negative.
Why'd you say negative?
I see the -1.
It does not matter where you
That's
are.
where I get confused on.
So listen.
If you're going up, it's 2.
This is what you got to remember. I'm going to show you. When you got a coordinate plane, if I'm going to the right, it's positive. If I'm going up, it's positive. If you're going to the left, it's negative. If you're going down, it's negative.
Okay.
So if you look at the coordinate plane, if I'm on the right side of the X, it's positive. If I'm on the left side for the X axis, I'm negative. If I'm going up, it's positive. So if I'm going up, it's what? Positive. What kind of positive what? How many did we go up?
2.
2. Okay, now what direction do I need to go to get to the second point?
To your right.
To the right. Count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So my slope of this line is what?
2/5.
2/5. My y-intercept is what?
-3.
-3. What's my equation of the line?
Y equals 2 over 5x minus 3.
Perfect.
That's the slope.
No, that's not the slope. That's the equation of the line.
Equation.
The whole line.
The slope was what?
-3.
The slope is 2 over 5.
The
No.
slope is 2 over 5.
2 over 5.
Remember, M is your slope, B is your y-intercept. That's why you keep writing it and you saying it. M is my slope. Rise over 1. 2 over 5. My slope is 2/5. My equation line is y equal 2/5 x minus 3. When you, if they ask you for the equation line, y equal 2/5 x minus 3.
Y equal equation of a line.
No, not y equal the equation line. Y equal mx plus b is the equation line.
Okay, plus
Yeah. You gotta say it right. Y is not your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is not your y-axis. Your y is your value of your point. Your y-axis is the vertical line that goes on forever. Your y-intercept is where your line crosses the y-axis.
Okay.
So y, y-intercept, and y-axis are three different things.
So
So
this
you
is
have
the
to.
equation of the line.
This is the equation of the line. Y equal 2/5 x minus 3. The slope is 2/5. The y-intercept is -3. But for to know what the equation of the line is, you need to know two things. You need to know the slope. You need to know the y-intercept. So that's why I figured them out first, and then got my equation line.
I love it.
Listen, we went way over 7 o'clock.
That's okay.
You better stop playing.
Hey.
We went way over 7 o'clock.
It's 7:18.
But don't you worry. Listen, this is why this review sheet for linear equations is literally like 100 problems. Because linear equations is so important. Like you should see, like this is an example. You might know this, but you might not. If I got my slope is -10 and my y-intercept is -5, what's my equation of the line?
Y equals -10x minus 5.
Perfect. For this one, for 40, what's my equation of the line?
Y
Y
equals
equals
-9 over 5
5 equals
Nope.
No.
-905 what?
-4.
minus.
X.
Nope.
That's a
X.
negative.
X.
Oh,
X.
negative
Minus
4.
four.
-4.
Yeah.
For 41, what's my equation line?
-5 4.
Nope. What does it
Y-
start with?
Y equals
Y equals -5 4. X
5
Plus
plus
5.
5.
Plus 5. Number 42, what's my equation line?
Y equals 7
7. X
x plus 5.
plus
Stop playing. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All of these things, all these questions, look at all these questions, all related. 2 points, find a slope. 2 points, find the equation of the line. All this information is related, but you have to know slope intercept form, y equal mx plus b. Standard form, ax plus by equals c. You got to be able to find a slope and y-intercept from those two first before you can do all this. Look at all that. Look all them questions. So I usually tell my students, before you take the test, you got to be able to do 2 or 3 questions out of each one of these sections. You should be able to, for example, right here, on these right here. Like, for example, watch this. Watch this. My slope is -1 over -2, 1/2. My slope is -7 over 2. My slope is -2 over 3. My slope is -2 over 3. That's how fast you should be able to do them, because you should be thinking, oh, this is standard form. Opposite of A over B.
Yep.
A is 1. Opposite of 1 is -1 over -2. 2 negative makes a positive, 1/2. 34, standard form. Opposite of A, -7 over B, 2, -7/2. So now I didn't write down standard form ax plus by equals c, a, b, c. I didn't write all that. But what you're doing is you're writing all that until you can do it that fast. So what I want you doing is saying, oh, this is standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. My a is 7. My b is 2. My c is -28. To find the slope, I'm taking the opposite of a over b. A is 7. Opposite of 7 is -7. B is 2. My slope is -7/2. To find the y-intercept is c over b. My c is -28 over 2. -28 reduces to -14. My y-intercept is -14. If I wanted to rewrite this equation in slope-intercept form, I would say y equal -7/2 x minus 14. When you can do that, you are ready to go. but you got to keep practicing till you got it.
So you did 33.
33. Okay.
Yes.
So standard form, AX plus BY equals C. A is 1, B is -2, C is 7. To find the slope, I take the opposite of A over B. A is 1, the opposite of 1 is -1. B is -2. Two negatives make a positive. My slope of this line is 1/2.
1/2.
To find the y-intercept, C over B. My C is 7.
7.
My B is -2. My y-intercept is -7/2. So my equation of line in slope-intercept form is y equal 1/2 x minus 7/2. Yeah. This is when you know you're learning something. When you feel like you're feeling right now, like, I think I got it. This is the problem when you think you got it. You can't wait till tomorrow or the next day to go over this. You got to say, let me go over some problems real quick. Now, it doesn't matter. What you should know is you should recognize patterns. What you should recognize is usually your C is a multiple of your B. Otherwise, you wouldn't have whole numbers.
Mm-hmm.
On the GED, your slope is going to be either a whole number or a common fraction. You're not going to have 7/16 or 5/12. It's going to be 1/2, 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 1/8, 2/8, 3. The common fractions. You ain't going to have 5/12. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm glad everybody joined me this evening. Again, keep working.
Yeah.
If you're using my free website, keep taking the practice test. If I've sent you a PDF as a practice test, take your practice test, check your answers. The ones that you've got wrong, you know what? Let me go in Khan Academy. Let me go watch a video of Mr. Tins. Let me find out how to do this. Then you take it again. Each question, I don't care if you got it wrong. You may remember the answer because I gave you the answer. You may remember the answer. Work each problem out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you starting from scratch. And when you get to the test, like for example, young lady came in on Thursday. She had a test on Friday morning, passed the exam. Again, linear equations is 7 to 10 questions. I already gave you a list of what areas to focus on. Linear equations is definitely one of them. All right. Any questions before we leave tonight?
Yes, don't forget.
No.
Don't forget. Don't forget. Okay.
Don't forget.
All right, I'm gonna send to you right now.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Tinsley.
You're welcome.
Have
Thank
a
you.
good night,
Thank y'all for
everyone.
coming. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Cincy. Have a good night.
Bye bye.
Night.
Let me sign in, Miss. Do I sign
No,
in?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Class.
Thank you.
Bye bye.